Is your computer acting slow, freezing, or taking longer to open apps? Don't worry, you are not alone. Before we begin fixing your slow computer step by step, let me tell you something important. This video is different. Because I'm a teacher, I'm not here to just give you the random steps to click on. No, I want you to understand what slows down a computer so you can fix yours with confidence and even help the people around you. Because honestly, I have watched so many tutorials online that rush through the fixes without explaining anything, and that never helped me. I don't want you to go through the same struggle. So here is my promise. If your computer is slow, this video is for you. And if you watch it all the way to the end, your computer will be faster. This is the video I wish someone made for me. Alright, let's get started. Before we jump into fixing your computer, there are a few basic terms we need to understand. These are the building blocks, and once you know them, everything that follows becomes simple and clear. Number one is RAM, Random Access Memory. This is where your computer temporarily holds the things you are actively using. Next, CPU, Central Processing Unit. This is the part of your computer that makes decisions and processes instructions. Next, storage. It might be SSD or HDD. This is where everything stays. Your files, your programs, your system. Next is startup apps. These are the apps that begin running the moment your computer turns on. Next, background apps. These apps run quietly without you noticing. Once you understand these 5 basics, you start seeing your computer differently, not just as a machine, but as a system where every part affects speed and performance. When one part struggles, everything slows down. And now that you know the basic terms, let me paint a picture that makes everything easier to remember. Imagine your computer as a small town. On the screen you can see that town. Look at the roads in this town. Those roads are like RAM, Random Access Memory. Cars move the way information and apps move through your computer. When the roads are clear, everything flows smoothly. Now look at the houses and shops. Those are your storage, SSD or HDD. That's where everything is kept. Now look at the town chief's office at the end of the street. That's your CPU, the Central Processing Unit. Every serious decision, every important instruction passes through that office. If the chief approves it, it happens. If the chief is busy, everyone waits. And finally, look at the people walking around the town. Those people are your apps, each one doing a different job. One writing, one playing music, one browsing the internet, one watching a video. The more people moving, the more activity your computer is trying to handle. Now look at this second picture of the town. The roads are packed with cars, the buildings are full, people are stuck in the middle of the street, and even the town chief looks frozen and overwhelmed. This is what happens when too many programs are open, too many programs start automatically, the storage is almost full, and the CPU is trying to handle more work than it can. When the roads are crowded, when the town is full, and when the chief is overwhelmed, the whole town slows down. That's exactly what happens inside your computer when it becomes slow, freezes, or takes ages to open simple things. Once you see your computer like this small town, every fix we are going to do next will feel like clearing the roads, organizing the houses, and helping the chief breathe again. Now, when you look at the frozen town, the crowded roads, the full houses, the overwhelmed chief, you start seeing that a slow computer is not a mystery. It's simply a town under pressure. Now let's connect that picture to real life. Here are the reasons your computer slows down, and they line up exactly with what we saw in our small town analogy. Number one, too many apps open. When you open too many programs at once, they crowd the RAM the same way too many cars crowd the main road. Number two, too many startup programs. These are the apps that rush out of their houses early in the morning, pushing themselves onto the road before you have even started working. Number three, low storage. Just like a town running out of space, when your storage gets full, Windows struggle to move, organize, or save anything. Number four, heavy visual effects. Animations and graphics are like trying to decorate every shop with bright flashing lights. Beautiful, but heavy for all the computers. Number five, malware or unwanted programs. These act like troublemakers moving around the town secretly, using resources and slowing everything down. Number six, outdated Windows or drivers. When the rules of the town are old, the chief, your CPU, makes slower decisions. Number seven, too many browser tabs. That's like opening too many books, newspapers, and instructions at once. Especially Chrome, it fills the roads quickly. And number 8, HDD or low RAM. This is like having a very small town with limited capacity. Even light activity slows everything down. You see? And now that you know the real causes, and now that you have seen how each one affects your computer like a small town, the fixes will feel simple, logical, and easy to follow. Let's now start clearing the roads, creating space, and helping your computer breathe again. You have seen the truth behind what slows down a computer, and now it's time for the part you have been waiting for. From here, everything gets practical. Every click, every setting, every step we do together will push your computer closer to the speed you have been dreaming of. So don't rush, don't even skip anything. Follow me step by step because this is where your computer starts changing for real. Alright, then let's begin with fix number 1, close background apps. This is one of the fastest ways to make your computer feel lighter because some apps continue running quietly even when you are not using them. Now let's go practical. Now as you can see, this is my desktop right here. The first thing you have to do is to look at your keyboard and find the keys Control, Shift, and Escape. After that, place one finger on Control, another on Shift, and then press Escape all at the same time. In simple terms, press and hold Control and Shift together, then tap Escape key. These three keys will open Task Manager instantly. Now let me press them on my keyboard and you will see what will happen. Did you see that? This is my Task Manager. Let me maximize it right here. So those three keys in combination will open Task Manager as you see here. Now look through the list of apps under Processes tab up here, Processes tab, and you'll see how much CPU, memory, and sometimes disk each app is using. If you notice an app you are not using right now, maybe a browser window you left open or a program running silently, just right-click it and select End Task. For example, right now here I'm not using Firefox browser, so I can right-click it and select End Task to end it from here. You see it disappeared? And also I'm not using Microsoft Word for now, so I can right-click it and then select End Task to end it from here. You see? And you have to be careful not to close anything you don't recognize. Please, please. Only end the apps you opened yourself. So closing background apps immediately frees up system resources, and your computer often becomes more responsive within seconds. And just to picture it simply, it's like removing few extra people from a busy street. Everyone else moves more freely. You see? Now let's move to fix number 2. Disable startup programs. These are the apps that open automatically every time you turn on your computer, even before you are ready to use them. Now let's see how to do it practically. I'm now on my desktop as you can see, and as we did earlier, let me press Ctrl, Shift, and Escape keys on my keyboard to open Task Manager like this. And this time we are going to the Startup tab right here at the top. Now here you will see a list of programs that are set to launch when your computer starts. You see, some of them are important, but many of them are just slowing your startup time. So here look at the apps you don't need immediately when you log in, then right click on the one you don't need and then select Disable. For example, in my list, Microsoft OneDrive is enabled right here, and to disable it, I will have to right click on it and select Disable. As you can see here, it is already disabled. Let me also disable any desk application from starting up when my computer is on. Right click and then select Disable from the list, and now any desk is disabled. You see, it's very simple. One important thing here is that don't disable anything related to Microsoft, Windows, Intel, or your antivirus. Leave the essential ones running. So, turning off unnecessary startup apps helps your computer breathe easily the moment it turns on. And now to fix number 3, free app storage. When your computer runs low on storage, it slows down because Windows need room to create temporary files, organize data, and move things around in the background. Giving it more space can make a very big difference. Now let's go to our desktop. As you can see, now to begin freeing up space, I will click on Start and then Settings to get the Settings menu, and then I will click on System and then Storage. You see, click. Now here you will see how your storage is being used. Now click on Temporary Files right here. Click. Now here Windows will start scanning for files you don't need. Things like cached data, all the update files, thumbnails, and temporary system files. Now take a moment to look through the list, then select the items you don't need. In my case, I don't need all of this except the downloads. And most of these are completely safe to delete except for downloads. Now after selecting them, click on Remove Files. You see this one right here? Now click, and to confirm the action, you'll have to click on Continue. Click just like that. I've already freed up my space. And there's one more thing many people forget: the recycle bin. Even if you delete files, they still take up space until the bin is emptied. Now to clear the recycle bin, you'll have to go to your desktop and then look for the recycle bin icon right here in my case, and then right click on it and select Empty Recycle Bin. Click and then confirm the action by clicking on Yes, and that's it. Our recycle bin is emptied, and this frees space instantly. Now freeing up space gives Windows room to breathe and work smoothly. It's like clearing out storage areas in a busy town. Suddenly everything flows better. And now to fix number 4, adjust visual effects for better performance. Visual effects make Windows look smooth, but on older or low RAM computers, they can slow everything down. We want a balance, speed without making Windows look old or ugly. Now let's go on our desktop like this, and to begin, let's go into the search bar and type adjust the appearance and performance of Windows. Let me start typing. Before I finish typing it, I can see it right here. Adjust the appearance and performance of Windows. Then click on it. Click. You'll see a window with many visual effects right here. Now to make this process easy, I will first click on adjust for best performance right here. You see? Now after clicking on it, watch what happens. Everything here becomes unchecked. You see these boxes? They all become unchecked. So clicking on adjust for best performance will uncheck all of these boxes right here. All of them will be unchecked. But here we don't want Windows to look too plain. So now we come back and manually turn on only the important ones right here. Now make sure these 5 animations are checked. Number 1 is this one, animate controls and elements inside Windows. Make sure it's checked. Next important one is animate windows when minimizing and maximizing. Make sure it's checked. Next important one is show thumbnails instead of icons. Make sure it's checked. Next important one is show window contents while dragging. Make sure this one is checked also. And the last one is smooth edges of screen fonts. This one here, make sure it's checked. Now this combination keeps Windows look neat and readable, but removes the heavy visual load that slows your computer down. So here I will click on apply and then OK, and it's done. This fix is like telling a town to stop doing unnecessary decorations but keeping the essential ones that still make the space look alive. Now to fix number 5, change power mode to best performance. Now by default, many Windows computers use a balanced or power saving mode. This is good for saving battery, but it limits your processor and slows everything down. To get better speed, we need to give the computer the green light to use more power. Now let me go to my desktop and show you how to do it. And here we will have to go to Settings up again by clicking on Start and then Settings. And to the left here, select System and then click on Power and Battery. And this is what comes up. And here locate Power Mode and go all the way to the right here and click on this arrow. And you'll see these options: Best Power Efficiency, Balanced, and Best Performance. Now here you'll have to select Best Performance, like that. You see? Now what this does is simple. It allows your computer to use more processing power, which makes apps open faster, programs respond quicker, and overall performance feel smoother. Alright, let me close this and move to fix number 6, turning off background apps. Now, background apps are programs that continue running even when you are not using them. They use RAM, internet, and sometimes even CPU, which slows down your computer without you noticing. Now, let me show you how to turn them off. Now on my desktop, and let's open Settings again by clicking on Start and then Settings. Then click on Apps, then choose Apps and Features right here. Now this will show you all the apps installed on your computer. These are the list of all the apps that are installed in my computer right now. You see? Now here from the list of apps, pick an app you don't use often, maybe a game, a trial app, or a software you rarely open. For example, here let me pick a calculator app that I rarely use. And then click the 3 dots right here and then select Advanced Options. Click. Now inside Advanced Options, you will see Background Apps Permissions. Now change this to Never. You see? Now this tells the app, don't run unless I open you. So you'll have to go back to your apps and repeat this for the apps you don't use every day. Now if you are using Windows 10, don't worry, the steps are slightly different. Just go to Settings, then Privacy, and then Background Apps, and simply turn off the apps you don't want running. Either way, Windows 10 or 11, the goal is the same. Limit apps running behind the screen. This frees up RAM instantly and make your computer feel lighter and faster. Alright, now to tip number 7, turn off transparency effects. Now, Windows uses transparency to make menus, taskbars, and windows look shiny and modern. It looks beautiful, but it also uses extra graphics power, and on low RAM or older computers, this can slow things down. So let's see how to turn them off to improve performance. Let me go to my desktop as normal, and then we will go to settings again, and then we will click on personalization to the left here, and then choose colors right here. Click. Now right here you will see transparency effects. You see? Now simply go all the way to the right and turn this setting off like this. You see? Now when you switch it off, Windows becomes a little bit solid looking, but it responds faster and uses less memory. And if you are on Windows 10, just follow the same steps. Now this single change makes the system feel smoother, especially when opening the Start menu, switching windows, or working with multiple apps. Alright, let me close this window and switch to fix number 8 immediately. Turn off tips and suggestions. Now Windows sometimes shows notifications like try this feature or did you know you can do this and this. And this may look helpful, but they actually run in the background and use system resources. We don't need them. So let me show you quickly how we can turn them off. Now here we have to go to the settings again, and then go to System to the left, and then click on Notifications. Click. And from here we scroll down a bit, and down here you will see an option that says Get tips and suggestions when I use Windows. You see it? Now simply turn this off like that. Now this stops Windows from constantly checking and preparing tips in the background, which gives your computer a bit more breathing room. And if you are on Windows 10, you will find the exact same option under Settings, System, Notifications and Actions. Now turning this off will not remove anything important. You will still get notifications from your apps, but Windows will stop sending these small unnecessary suggestions. And now to fix number 9, update Windows and drivers. Windows updates do not just add new features, they fix bugs, improve speed, close security holes, and they make your system work better with apps and hardware. So let's check for updates right here. Now we will go to Settings, and then we will click on Windows Update to the left here. And now you will have to click on Check for Updates. Right now my Windows is telling me that my computer is up to date. But if you check for updates and realize that there are updates available, go ahead and install them. And now let me mention something important. Drivers. Drivers are the small programs that help Windows communicate with your hardware, like your graphics card, Wi-Fi, audio, and more. Now when drivers are outdated, your computer struggles to perform smoothly. Now in Windows 11, You can check driver updates by clicking on advanced options right here. Click, and then navigate to optional updates right here. Click, and then driver updates. Click. Now if there are drivers available, install them. In my case, I have some of them available, so I can select all of them, and then I will click on download and install, and Windows will do that for me. I think you can see they are now downloading right here. Now for Windows 10, the path is very similar under Windows Update as well. Now by keeping both Windows and your drivers updated, you make your computer more stable, more secure, and often noticeably faster. And now to fix number 10, scan for malware and viruses. Now malware is one of the silent troublemakers that can slow down your computer without you even noticing. It runs in the background, uses your resources, and sometimes tries to steal information. Thankfully, Windows has built-in protection that works really well. Now here is how to do it. Open search bar right here and then type Windows Security. When you see it right here, you can click on it to open it like this. And when it opens, click on Virus and Threat Protection, and then click on Quick Scan right here. Click. Now here Windows will scan your system for threats, and this usually takes few minutes. If it finds anything suspicious, follow the instructions to remove or quarantine it. And for Windows 10 users, this process is exactly the same. And now to fix number 11, manage browser tabs. Now browsers, especially Google Chrome, uses a lot of RAM. Every tab you open becomes its own small process, so many tabs open can slow down your whole computer. Now let's see this. For example, my Google Chrome right now is open. Let me open it. Now right here I have 3 tabs open. You see, these are the tabs in my Google Chrome browser. So now here I will have to close every tab that I'm not using. For example, right now I'm not using this tab. I'll have to close it. You see? So reducing the number of tabs freezes RAM instantly and make your computer feel faster. And now to fix number 12, clean your desktop. Now a lot of people don't know this, but a crowded desktop can actually slow down your Windows because the system has to load every icon when it starts. So let's make your desktop lighter. Now you will have to look at the icons and folders and documents that you may have on your screen. If you don't use something often, just move it to a folder or delete it if you don't need it anymore. By the way, I explained this topic very well in my session 0.4 video in a part called Making Your Desktop Clean. If you want more guidance, you can go and watch it right here on my channel, and it will help you even more. A clean desktop loads faster, looks better, and reduces the background work your computer has to do. And now to fix number 13, and install unnecessary programs. Now over time, we install apps and software we stop using, and they still take space, memory, and sometimes even run quietly in the background. Now let's remove them. Now first you will have to open settings again, then click on apps, and then choose apps and features. Now you can scroll through the list and look for the apps you don't recognize, the apps you don't use anymore, or programs you installed once and forgot. Now to remove one, just click the three dots next to it and choose uninstall. Now for example, let me uninstall an app called BitTorrent right here. Let me uninstall this app, and to do it, I will go all the way to these three dots right here and click on it, and then I will have to click on uninstall. Click, and to confirm it, I will just click on uninstall again, and then OK, and the app disappeared and it's successfully uninstalled. You see, it's that simple. Now do this carefully. Don't uninstall anything that belongs to Microsoft, Intel, or your system. And removing unused programs frees up storage, reduces background activity, and gives your computer more room to work smoothly. Now to fix number 14, upgrade your RAM and drive. If your computer is still slow after everything we have done, these two upgrades can completely transform it. Let's check them right here in the Task Manager. To go to Task Manager, I hope you remember, I will press and hold the Ctrl and Shift keys on my keyboard and then press Escape to open Task Manager right here, and then click on Performance tab up here at the top. Click. Now I'm in Performance tab. Now look right here in the left where it's written Disk 0. Now if you see SSD right here, Solid State Drive, good. That's the fast modern drive. But if yours says HDD, Hard Disk Drive, that's the old, slow, mechanical one. Now here's the truth. No matter how many settings you tweak, an HDD will always hold your computer back. Upgrading to SSD makes everything faster. Now let's check the RAM. Click on Memory, this one right here. This is where you can see your RAM. For example, mine is 7.9 GB, meaning this computer has 8 GB of RAM. Now here's the simple guide. If you see 4 GB, that will be slow, freezing, and struggles with multitasking. If you see 8 GB, that means the performance will be smooth for everyday use. And when you see 16 GB, that means the performance is powerful, fast, and perfect for heavy work. Now if your computer has only 4 GB, upgrading to 8 or 16 GBs will bring instant speed. Alright, that brings us to the end of this video. If you followed these steps, your computer should already feel faster, lighter, and more responsive. Some fixes kick in immediately, others take a bit of time, but together they make a big difference. Don't rush. Do them at your own pace. Every step you take gives your computer more speed. If anything was confusing or something did not show up the same way on your side, Just drop a question in the comments and I'm always here to help. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more simple, clear, and beginner-friendly technology lessons. And this is just one of the computer basics series I'm building. So make sure you don't just miss what's coming next. Thank you for watching, thank you for learning, and I will see you in the next one.